September 27, 2022, Shaheen Bagh, New Delhi. The streets were silent and the narrow lanes were covered in darkness. The residents of Shaheen Bagh believed that nothing could happen in their neighborhood without their knowledge. According to them, not even a bird could fly there without permission. At around 3 in the morning, there was a sudden knock on the door of a house. The owner, who had been sleeping, opened the door and froze in shock. Standing in front of him were 4 strong young men dressed in khaki uniforms. Before he could understand what was happening or call for help, the officers grabbed him. Within seconds, he was taken outside and pushed into a vehicle waiting nearby. His wife started screaming. The noise woke up the neighbors, and people began gathering outside. Around 10 to 15 people were about to run after the vehicle when they realized something unusual. The entire area had already been surrounded. Delhi police SWAT commandos had sealed the neighborhood. The order was clear: no one goes in, no one goes out. That night, the illusion of Shaheen Bagh being untouchable was shattered. And this was not just a simple arrest. At the exact same time, in different parts of the country, 12 more people were being detained. They looked like ordinary citizens, but they all had one thing in common: they were working for PFI. This was part of a much larger plan. The operation had a name: Operation Octopus. July 6, 2022. Preparations were underway in Bihar to celebrate 100 years of the State Assembly. On July 12th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was scheduled to visit Patna for the ceremony. Security across the state was extremely tight. Decorations were being prepared everywhere. But the administration had no idea that in the Fulwari Sharif area of Patna, a dangerous conspiracy was taking shape. On the first floor of a building called Ahmed Palace, several men had gathered. They were cleaning weapons. They were counting grenades. These were not ordinary criminals. They were trained members of PFI. Their goal was terrifying: to attack the Prime Minister in broad daylight during his visit on July 12th. They had studied the route of the convoy. They knew where security could fail. But then, an unexpected incident changed everything. The station officer of Fulwari Sharif Police Station, Iqrar Ahmed, received a WhatsApp message. The message was highly provocative and suspicious. It said, "You should be ashamed. When will you become a true Muslim? When will you praise the greatness of the Prophet? Tomorrow is Friday prayer. Reach Jama Masjid in Nayatola and prove your loyalty." This message alerted the police. At first, a 0 FIR was registered. But as the date of the Prime Minister's visit got closer, security agencies became extremely cautious. Bihar police decided to trace the origin of the message. The investigation led them to Ahmed Palace in Fulwari Sharif. On July 11th, police conducted a raid. What they saw shocked everyone. Inside were Attar Parvez, a former Simi member, and Mohammed Jalaluddin, a retired police officer from Jharkhand. They were training young men in the use of weapons. But the most alarming discovery was a document consisting of several pages. Its title read, "India 2047, Towards Rule of Islam in India." The document described a long-term plan claiming that by 2047, when India would celebrate 100 years of independence, the country should be turned into an Islamic state. During interrogation, the suspects admitted that they were planning an attack during the Prime Minister's visit. When this information reached Delhi, it caused panic. When it reached National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, he realized the situation had become extremely serious. On July 15, 2022, intelligence agencies arrested another suspect, Margoob Ahmed Danish. His phone contained a WhatsApp group called Ghazwa-e-Hind, linked to extremist networks in Pakistan and Bangladesh. The evidence was clear. PFI was no longer just an organization, it had become a network spreading deep inside the system. That same day, a secret meeting was held between Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, and NSA Ajit Doval. After reviewing the evidence, Doval said that the threat could not be ignored anymore. He assured that within 90 days, the network would be dismantled. From that moment, the countdown began. Doval knew the group was not careless like earlier banned organizations. They operated under the cover of social work, education programs, and human rights activism. Taking action without solid proof could create unrest across the country. So, a quiet but precise strategy was prepared. Investigations revealed that the organization had links to older banned networks and had rebuilt itself under new names. Over the years, several cases of violence, illegal funding, and extremist connections had been reported. Authorities also suspected foreign funding through unofficial channels. Because of this, intelligence agencies started a long surveillance operation. Every leader, every contact, every financial record was tracked. For months, phones were monitored, movements were watched, and reports were collected. By August, a complete dossier had been prepared. A special team of officers from different states was selected. Even they did not know the full mission at first. Meetings were held quietly in Delhi, Karnataka, Kerala, and Mumbai. Everything was kept secret to avoid leaks. Finally, on September 21, 2022, a high-level meeting approved the operation. The next morning, while most of the country was asleep, one of the largest anti-terror operations in India began. Teams from NIA, ED, and state police carried out raids in multiple states at the same time. Dozens of locations were searched. Many leaders were arrested before they even realized what was happening. In some places, protests broke out, vehicles were burned, and violence was reported. But security forces had already prepared for this situation. More arrests followed in the next phase. The remaining network was dismantled step by step. Finally, on September 28, 2022, the government issued an official notification. The organization and its associated groups were banned under anti-terror laws for 5 years. Offices were sealed, bank accounts were frozen, websites were blocked. The entire structure collapsed within days. What was once believed to be an untouchable network had been removed without large-scale violence. Operation Octopus became one of the most secret and carefully planned security actions in recent years. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. More real stories will come soon.